shout out to the creators of the story, Alvin Salagir, and the wonderful colorist X-Man34, as well as new members and patrons, B8 Master, RC the Demon, and Byron McGahan. After recovering Raditz and Kakarot from their farce on Helior, their group of Saiyans grub up at an alien restaurant in a better universe than ours. Vegeta screams at the older of the low-class warriors, barking their antics have made Frieza fiercely angry. Nappa booming, he wanted to obtain the secrets of the Hellites, and they destroyed them all like the idiots they are. Adding, the Emperor is also annoyed in Kakarot being retrieved from Earth without a prior consultation. Curious why, the burly warrior informs he didn't want the wayward Saiyan to be influenced by the three of them. Kakarot cracks that actually makes sense, given the trio aren't very respectable. But upon reflecting back to the days before Planet Vegeta's destruction, at least in this story, Frieza intended Kakarot to simply die on Earth over time. Regardless, Vegeta explodes that makes 2 disobediences in a row, and he's going to kill all of them for sure. The naive fighter piffing, why not just beat him up? You idiot! Frieza's stronger than us by a buttload! But Kakarot continues to find humor in his own arrogance, assured he's killed plenty of guys just like him back on Earth. Sure, he'll lose once or twice, maybe even 3 times, only to return stronger than ever before. The prince taking solace in at least he's discovered the Zenkai boost. He resolves to seek an audience with their ruler, just he and Kakarot here. The fool snarking to himself, he'll easily take out Frieza during that meeting, which will sort all of this out. Though his attitude quickly changes in the presence of his emperor. In his headquarters with Zarbon and Dodoria, the tyrant's screams echo in the hollow room, shrieking the Saiyans are a pathetic, disgraceful example of supreme incompetence, imbecilic, arrogant monkeys who, daring to cut him off, Vegeta shares the dictator's frustrations, declaring it is indeed the fault of these Saiyans, who can't behave properly, betraying and decapitating Kakarot with a single swipe of the hand. Pleading he make amends for their failures, offering to also kill Raditz and Nappa immediately. But he himself will remain Frieza's loyal servant, no longer suffering the influence of hopeless Saiyans. Of course, having a slight bias in the prince's favor, the Emperor agrees to this request. If he brings them the bodies of the other 2, his incompetence will be forgiven. Seeing the bigger picture, Zarbon can't help but respect Vegeta's savvy, admitting it's pretty low to deflect Frieza's anger in such a way, but well played nonetheless. He even has the goal to contact Nappa on his scouter as he walks out, inquiring where Raditz is, who has no idea, but assumes he's off training somewhere, his superior commanding he be found, and the 2 of them return to their quarters within the hour. And sure enough, 60 minutes later he comes stomping in, ready to carry out what it takes for him to survive. But something causes him to turn white as a ghost upon entering. Kakarot is alive, and a bit nettled at having his head cut off and all. Nervously sneering that's impossible. His counter spouts a hearty grin, snorting instead of betraying his own kind. How about becoming immortal, like himself? Together, they can all get stronger and surpass his ruler. Snapping out of his stupor, the prince demands to know how he obtained such an ability. Raditz urging he explain en route. For now, they need to immediately flee this world before Frieza catches wind. Escaping, the Saiyans head towards the SG sector, an area where Frieza's forces have been pushed back from. With any luck, it will offer relative peace, after changing ships many times in a bid to throw the oppressors off their trail. Kakarot tells his story in person to the elite warriors. Vegeta convinced these Dragon Ball things can't possibly exist, though the low-class Saiyan urges, and yet their effects are apparent firsthand. Nappa fully buys into the idea, excited to go to Earth to find them. Alas, they don't work anymore, turning to stone ages ago. Before, they only used to be rocks for a single year. Either way, the prince knows Frieza would immediately spot them if they go to Earth, as Raditz enters through a door. When questioned on what his informant had to say, it seems Kakarot's description of the Dragon Balls has caught some interest, wanting to take the Saiyans to his master's planet to learn more. A few days pass. As some kind of militaristic compound, Raditz admits he's getting cold feet, sensing too many high powers here. His brother deducing, this master is being guarded by a group of strong warriors. Politely welcoming the outsiders in, Angela of Lord Slug's demon clan, who quells, his master is eager to meet them. Introducing his overlord properly, Angela presents the strangers to Lord Slug, powerful emperor of Sector SG. But something else has caught Kakarot's eye. a Dragon Ball. Reaching out for it, Vegeta gives him a bonk on the head, commanding he restrain himself. The Namekian, taking great interest in their knowledge, inquires where they have seen the orbs. Getting another pap to the face, Kakarot begins to blurt out on planet Earth, but the prince knows a bit more about how negotiations work. Contending, Slug first reveal where he found the Dragon Balls, and all of this will be a lot less painful. It seems that is exactly what his henchmen were waiting for. Raditz pleads for Vegeta to calm down, knowing full well these guys are much stronger than the four of them. Asking how he could possibly know that, Slug mumbles for his men to get these imbeciles to talk. Be reasonable and surrender, rather than put up a futile resistance. Ow! Surrender? That's not our style! Then, assume the consequences! I'm much stronger than Raditz! You'll need more than your silly punches to knock me out!
Fully noted!
Huh? It's time to put you back! In your place! Get out of my sight! Now, it's your turn! I'm gonna make you eat your teeth! No thanks. Enough. Painlessly neutralizing the Saiyans, the room suddenly falls into a quiet standstill. Before Slug calls out, "You, village idiot, come." Using his kinesis, he ushers Kakarot his way. Grabbing his head, he insists he will tell him everything. Where we learn, he was granted immortality by Shenron, created by the one named Kami, who is dead now, and thus, the Dragon Balls. Snatching the helmet from his head, it's only now discovered to our characters. This man is a Namek. Kakarot astonished to see he looks just like Kami. Vegeta also surprised in this revelation. With everything they need, Angela proposes. Their guests are still important prey for Frieza, believing it would be a wise diplomatic gift to deliver them straight to him. That is, if they're of no further use here, as their current defenses are still not enough to withstand a large attack from his empire. Liking this idea, his only request is they remain alive, for now. In a massive complex, the Saiyans find themselves locked away. Raditz beckoning Vegeta if he's able to break his restraints, who of course is certain he can. So the lesser thinks the best plan is to make an escape when sufficiently healed. Having studied these people during their time in captivity, he's noticed the powerful bodyguards are gone, unable to feel their energies anywhere nearby. Nappa shouting they really need to teach them that ability. Later. Ha 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 ha! You're dead! Dead! You're all dead! Kill the humans! Watching the show before him, the prince has to ask if he always screams in his sleep like this, which is met with a reluctant, "Yup." Regardless, feeling the time is now, Vegeta braces himself to break out, just as Raditz warns he wait, sensing someone coming. One of the intellectuals of the compound, either Gyoshu or Kakuji. We'll just guess Gyoshu because they're almost identical. Who, in a surprise, reveals he's on their side, pleading they flee the planet together. Releasing the gang, Vegeta leers why he would help them, who tells he is merely a slave here. In return for his assistance, all he wants is to be dropped off on his home planet. Waking his brother, he alerts they're heading out. Huh? Now? We're running away? Activating his personal blitz lamp. The slave utters they must remain quiet until reaching the ship. There are guards there, but should be nothing compared to the Saiyans. It's only important they kill them before they can activate the alarms. Once again pleading to everyone, remain very discreet.
Get lost, stupid irons!
Oh, for the love of... Smashing his way through the prison, nearby soldiers go into full-blown defense mode. The captive of Slug running for dear life, while the others pick off guards one by one. Vegeta screaming to Raditz he's going to kill his brother. But... Flying towards the action, Slug's Demon Clan is still around after all. Metamacha diving for Nappa, mocking if he'd like to go another round. But following the near-death experience from before, he's much stronger. And now, he knows all his opponent's moves. Panically asking how this is happening. Nappa wastes no time in taking him out, but manages to quip the same techniques can't be used on a Saiyan twice. Angela arriving, wondering where a monster like this could have come from, but also ready for revenge. lagging behind his comrades. Ziyun only thinks what a mess it is up ahead, convinced they need his help, but scoring a twofer. He's left unconscious by dumb luck, or maybe even a very calculated move by Kakarot. Returning to his modest form, Kakarot asks where their spaceship is, but without a clue amidst all this chaos, they'll just have to steal a new one. Zooming off-world, they manage to get away. Inside, while Raditz takes the controls, still with their eyes on the prize, Nappa believes it's clear the Dragon Balls and Namekians are somehow linked. So the next destination will be Planet Namek itself. Gyoshu informing he's able to hide any tracking Slug may have had on the ship, so they should be, essentially, invisible to him. Also pointing out the Nameks live in isolation and have zero technology, so they should be able to remain hidden for a good while. Satisfied with this, the Saiyans are ever closer to getting their wish. Meanwhile, back at the remains of Helior and Frieza's quarters, a soldier alerts they have found the Saiyans, as well as their intended destination.